great guest.
Neil's doing this, so this must mean start, so.
What are these signs, bro?
Boom, so here we are, back again. Like we just said, season 2, episode 6 of Shed Talk. It's your boys, I'm Nate.
I'm Tony. What's going on, guys?
And this episode, we got a lot of firsts for this episode. One thing is, first female guest. We told y'all we coming bigger and better, and that's one thing we know we needed for sure. And we got a big one. Also, the first person Anthony hasn't played soccer with, and he doesn't know them. So damn, I don't know what more you could ask for, but we're gonna get into it. We'll give it up for our guest, up-and-coming rapper, Kierra Luv. Yeah.
All right. Great to have you on. Appreciate you coming out.
Yeah,
honestly, appreciate your time. Yeah, well, like Nate said, wanted to kick this off. Just shooting the shit, trying to get to learn a little bit more about you.
Right.
Being from the area, you know, a lot of artists, they're not from Harrisburg. A lot of, big artists are from bigger cities. So want to learn a little bit more about you and where you've come from and how you've gotten to where you are. So
So like you said, like let's kick it off. Like tell the people who Kierra Luv is. Let's hear it.
Right. Well, Kierra Luv is my stage name. I'm a rapper, artist. I don't really like saying I'm a rapper because I do so many different things, but also I'm just like a creative as well. You feel me? Like you might see me on TikTok, you might see me on Instagram, you might see me on YouTube, you might see my music, you know?
Oh yeah.
Different categories, you feel me? So
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And then how long have you been rapping for? Or being an artist, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, nah, you good. So right now it's almost like 4 years, 3 to 4 years right now.
Okay, all right, word. Yeah. And then like how'd you get your start? Like, was this just something where you were like, dang, I know like this is something I can do, this is something I love, or was it just like something you just kind of boom picked up on out of nowhere?
Honestly, it was just something I wanted to try, and then I practiced it, and then I was getting better and better, and then I seen like oh, I really can do this. You feel me? So.
Yeah, and then like how like you get to start? Like were you starting out like on SoundCloud? Or I know you were definitely doing freestyles. Definitely the one that Cardi B shouted you out at. Definitely seen that. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, so basically how I started was I did see like a TV show called The Rap Game at the time. It was super popular and they would just bring in kids and stuff. So I wanted to audition for that. And how you would audition for it was you would just throw your freestyle videos up or your music up, and it would literally just like come to your Instagram and check it out. So that's how I started doing it, and I started promoting my videos and stuff like that. So that's how I started growing my fan base and where I started. I really didn't start on SoundCloud or anything.
That's what's up. Something different.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. So when did you know that being an artist was going to become a big part of your life?
Honestly, when I hit my first 1 million followers, and more people from outside of my city recognize me. You feel me? Like it's cool to be like have people know you in your city, but it's super different when you're like going to Universal and I'm literally in Universal and just like with my family and it's a line of people wanting to take pictures. Like that's crazy to me. Right.
I mean, how is it like being an artist from Harrisburg and you're signed to a label? Like tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so right now I actually am not signed to a label anymore. Yeah, I just like literally just got done like with the label type thing, so I'm back to being independent.
Word. So well, what are you gonna do with the independent stuff then?
Honestly, just go crazy, even more harder, because I feel like it's all about having the right people behind you, and I really just felt like it wasn't the right people behind me. You feel me? It was it was just like, it was a learning experience. At the same time, I don't want to be up here and be like, yo, like, that was super terrible. Nah, you learn from everything, you feel me? So absolutely. I definitely learned from all of it.
Yeah, you got to take the steps to kind of figure out, it's your creative art. It's your passion. So you need to surround yourself with that kind of people that are going to fuck with you no matter what you're doing because it's your product. So that's really what it comes down to.
Exactly.
So I want to go back to something where you said 1 million followers, like that's different. Like that's not just like anybody can say like, yo, I got 1 million followers. And then you saying too, like going places like Universal where people are like, oh shit, like yo, that's Kierra Luv. Like can you kind of talk about like that social pressure and kind of what that's like, where you can literally walk out your door and it's like, oh shit, somebody can say what's up to you, and it's like, dang, that's like one of my fans, you know.
Right, facts. So basically, like, obviously when I was new to it, it was kind of a funny experience. Like, I was in New York, and this is like just when everything is going viral. And so I'm in Times Square, and I'm going to get clothes, whatever. As I'm walking down, like, you see and hear people whispering and stuff, but I was just like, no, I mean, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like
whatever.
Yeah.
You feel me? So as I'm walking in the store, I guess they were like trying to figure out if it was me or not, and they did figure out it was me. Bro, they started screaming. I got scared. I thought it was a terrorist attack. We in the middle of Times Square.
I shouldn't be laughing like that, but
oh my god.
Yeah.
It gets like, I don't know. It's just so unexpected because I wasn't normalized to it. You feel me? But now it's more like people coming up to me, and it's just like, yo, like, feel me? I appreciate you.
Yeah, that has to be a bunch of love. And that definitely probably makes you feel good knowing like you got people out there that are recognizing what you're doing, you know, and that your like talents are paying off. So one thing can you touch on like kind of like what's your inspiration and like who inspires you to go harder? Like you said, like now you're back to being independent. You want to go even like you're about to go stupid. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what's that driving force behind you to make you want to keep just going?
Right. So my biggest inspiration right now is definitely Drake. You feel me? Like, I feel like he built that empire that everybody talks about, like, having. You feel me? Like, OVO, like, we hear OVO, we know exactly what it stands for. We know who's behind it. You feel me? And when we think Drake, we don't just think his music. You feel me? We think of the multiple things he's dabbling in. You feel me? So I really respect him a lot, and it's a big inspiration because, you feel me? Just like he studies artists, I study artists as well. You know, like, you're sitting at home and you don't got to worry about anybody being next up or anything like that. You have to worry about the person that's literally sitting there wanting to be better than you.
Right.
And that's something that, I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
The way he speaks and things like that, that really touches on me because it makes me realize. And I could watch a Drake interview and just be like, oh, yeah, now I got to go even harder. You feel me? And I realized as well, like, it's just about moving forward, because I feel like a lot of us, we be stuck in the same position and we feel held back because we dwell on the past, or we dwell on something and we're not really taking that one step forward. We're not, I mean, trying to figure out why this happened, why that happened, but it's just like all about moving forward.
Right. And it's good to evaluate looking back at the past because it's where you came from. But like you said, I mean, there are people out there that are really afraid to take that next step and make that move, because how are you going to grow if you're not going to take that next step and take that risk?
Right.
A lot of this, and I'm sure you understand, see that this is it's a risk. I mean, you're going out there to put your music out there or your art, and you're like, okay, are people going to fuck with it? Like, and they are. So it's like, how does that feel? Like, how does it feel that people are inspired by what you do?
Right. It feels like that's what makes me want to go even harder.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I'm the type of person where, like, I'm not just gonna, like, when everything was happening and everything is happening, I'm like, damn, like, bro, like, when I accomplish what I get, I go out and I'll tell people, like, bro, you could really do that. Like, you want to sell sneakers, go sell sneakers. You feel me?
Right.
Like, you could do anything you literally put your mind to, and it's just because, like, I'm living proof that you can do that. You feel me? Like, once you do that yourself, it just inspires me to tell other people, you feel me? Because, like I said, people could feel held back. People can be dwelling over something, and it's just like, it takes that. Sometimes it might take that one person to tell you, like, yo, go after that. You feel me? And I'll be that one person if that comes down to it.
Yeah, and it definitely sounds like you like that. Damn, that's inspirational. Shit, telling people like, yo, you can go do, because you're living proof of that,
right?
And your fans can notice that. And I can just tell now, like how you were just saying, like people like Drake, how you're out there studying artists like him. We're about to get ready to get into, kind of like what the other artists are that you study, but like you can just tell like your demeanor, like you're real humble, but you're also, out there inspiring people, and it's like that vibe is just coming off you like crazy. And we'll kind of want to get into like the grind part, like, you said you're studying other rappers, can you just touch on like some of the other ones you were studying, like outside of Drake, and just how much time like you have to put in like each and every day and basically like, throughout the week, like to just keep this grind going?
Right. So, like, honestly, anybody that's really, like, catches my eye, I study. You feel me? Like, anybody that's interesting to me. Like, I love A Boogie. He's one of my top 5. You feel me? So, like, I would study A Boogie, and he came out of high school and started his music career. You feel me? Like, he was still doing it in high school, but when it really popped off, he was in he finished high school, you feel me?
Yeah.
And people even like anybody a part of YMCMB, like Lil Wayne, all of them, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, you feel me? Like those type of people, I love studying those people because as well as Cardi B, you feel me? What makes her different and so popular as well is because she's so real. She supports other people. She's not just like, you feel me? She's not just like, oh, like, nah, I mean, it's all about Cardi, you feel me? It's like, yo, fuck with my mans that does this, he do that, and it's just genuine support, and it taught me as well, like when she shared my stuff even, it wasn't just like, oh shit, my life's gonna change, like of course, but at the same time, it's like, yo, this is just all from love, like she didn't have to do that, you feel me?
That's authentic. That's like real, and like that's something you can get down with because that's something you can relate to because that's all we can really be. We can just be real at the end of the day, if anything.
Yeah, and all that, I mean, growth together is so important. Like you said, she didn't have to do that, but she fucked with it. She liked what you were doing.
Right.
And it's always good to build, like, we're sponsored by my buddies, our JC Jokes, the Jokes on Us guy. Like,
what's up, guys? Tony here from Shed Talk to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Jokes on Us. As you can see, I'm rocking a little bit of his gear here. Jokes on Us is a clothing brand of the Jokes LLC creative company. Their mission is to inspire and instill confidence in those who have been laughed at, misunderstood, and overlooked by the hands of normality through design, art, and fashion. And here you can find their website. Jokes on Us gear ranges from ready-to-wear basics to upcycled and reconstructed clothing, created in the city of Philadelphia. The goal is to inspire people to feel cool enough and to spread positivity and speak on important issues, because the joke is always on you. So check out their website at jokesontheworld.com. Their link is in the description below, and make sure to use our exclusive discount code at checkout for all Shed Talk listeners. Jokes on Shed Talk for all 10% off select items. We like you, we love you, and we'll see you next time in the shed.
He did that because he fucks with what we're doing. And that's just it. We all got to grow together. That way we can all make it to the top. We're not doing this to get above somebody. That's not what this is all about. It's about just being creative and speaking out and being what we are. So that's like, it's inspiring to see it. And it's cool to see, you know, what you're doing.
I was literally just talking about this too. Like, if you want that empire, you feel me? Like, it's not just Drake behind it. You feel me? It's not going to just be me. You know, like, you might do something that I need, but I'm not sure how to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you call in these different people. You go to certain people for certain things.
Yeah. It's all about keeping that circle, and you got to have a good circle around you. Like I mentioned earlier, like, that's how you grow as a like the empire, like you mentioned. You got to grow with the right people.
Exactly.
That's how it works. So one question to you, obviously we've been through a crazy year with the pandemic and everything. How has that affected your career?
It affected it a lot because, as y'all know, like, artists can't do shows right now.
Right.
You feel me? That's how they make their money.
Right.
Especially if you're signed. It's like that's your only source of income at the time, besides merch. And it's just like, how are you gonna sell merch if you can't do shows? And how are you gonna do that if you can't do shows? So really, it just made me realize not only do we have to get more creative on promoting yourself, but you can't rely on just like, I can't rely just on music for my income as well. That's why I said I have to dabble into different things. YouTube, clothing, you feel me? Like, it's different things that I have to do to create not only just like income for myself, but that empire, you feel me? That empire is not going to just come off of me doing music.
Right.
Music's just the me getting my foot in the door.
Just a stepping stone. And you're just trying to, using that to expand to so many different avenues, like you said. Like, that in itself right there, you know, you're saying you're doing TikTok, like doing stuff like TikTok, YouTube, like, that's already bread. You could get right there just from posting something like, yo, come check this out. And like, that just stems to other avenues. And then next thing you know, you got people wanting, yo, can you put my drink in there? Yo, can you put my product in there? And then it just keeps branching out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, I took a listen. I've listened to your latest drop, you know, and having artists like Tory Lanez on, Ian Dior, like, these are people that I've listened to for years. I mean, how does that feel to work with people like that? How did you build these relationships and be able to work with them to drop your music?
Right. So basically any features that I have on my project was organic. It wasn't even just me like, yo, I fuck with you. Can you hop on this? Like, I had actually bumped into somebody and they were like, yo, like, I fuck with your shit. Da-da-da. I seen it through Tory, and I was like, Tory was playing it? Like, that's, like, Tory put somebody else onto my stuff. So I was like, all right, so I guess Tory fucks with me. So BT Weekend came around, and I was in LA, And BT Weekend, like, everybody's in LA. So, I mean, I just DM'd Tori and was just like, yo, like, can I link, like, whatever? And then he's just like, yeah, come through to my session. And we literally was just vibing to my songs the whole time, to be honest. And I just it wasn't even like me going there and be like, bro, work with me. It was like, can you just, like, listen to my songs? You feel me?
Right.
And Melly was there as well. So, like,
nice.
It was super dope because it was just like, it was just so many different relationships in the room as well. It wasn't just like that one person, you feel me?
Right.
So it was multiple feedback. And as well as with Ian Dior, like, I was actually in Taz Taylor's house and we were creating a song. And like, I mean, I didn't, like, Ian was there and me and Ian are cool, but I wasn't like, Ian, yo, jump on this. He was just like, yo, like, I fuck with it. Like, it's really relatable.
Come on.
Get on it.
That's cool.
So it's
That's
like
dope as
all
hell.
organic.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean, you don't have to spill anything, but who are people that you want to work with next? Like, who are some artists that you really want to vibe with next?
Man, Billie Eilish, number one. Number
Wow,
two, like
that's
I
a
said,
different.
yeah, Drake
I
as
mean,
well.
Yeah,
But I feel like a lot of people say Drake, but yeah.
Billie Eilish, though, that's interesting. Like, that's a cool approach. That'd be a cool vibe.
No, but I haven't really heard any female rapper on a Billie Eilish song. You feel
That's
me?
true.
As well. So it's like, what can you give to her fans at the same time? Not just like hopping on it.
Yeah, and she's great. I mean, that would be a
she's
cool person to vibe
amazing,
with.
yeah.
That'd be a very different kind of music, and I'd love to hear it. So I hope that happens.
Yeah, appreciate that, definitely.
Of course. So, who are some artists that you I don't know if you've ever worked with anybody locally. Is anybody in this area somebody you've worked with or have talked about working and doing music with?
I haven't really worked with anybody around here, to be honest, but I do know, not sure if you guys know, but GLR Gusto.
Heard, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, literally, he was the type of person, like, when I first started rapping, that's who I seen, and I was like, bro, like, I want to be like that guy, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely want to do some work with him as well.
So I want to backtrack too, because I know that you started your career while you were in school.
Yeah.
How did you balance going to school
Right.
and doing your career?
Right. Honestly, I wasn't a fan of school, if I'm being totally honest.
I wasn't.
I would literally do school, and then throughout school, like, I'm listening to seminars, like, I'm listening to Gary Vee, you feel me? Like, it's multiple shit that's going on, but it's like, bro, like, I don't give a shit about what history did, and you feel me? It's like, why do we have to keep learning shit that's to get us behind a desk? You feel me?
Right.
It's not, this is really not my alley. So I have to do things that's gonna get me to where I want to be. So with school, I'll always get the work done and things like that. But through class, like, I'm doing different things. Like, bro, I remember I used to read the Bible during class, and kids are like, "Why are you reading that shit?" And it's just like, bro, like, I'm just working on me. You feel me? Like,
and
you're
like,
educating yourself how you want to be educated.
Exactly.
Like, that's your choice.
And like, can you talk about like kind of how you had to like maneuver around people? Because you know, like, obviously, like, there's gonna be people like even in your circle, outside your circle, like, that were probably looking at you like, yo, like, she trying to make music. Oh, she's trying to be creative.
Right.
Like, you just had to, like, they're looking at, they're clowning you for reading the Bible because you're trying to work on you. Like, can you talk about just how, like, you just maneuver around them people? Like,
honestly, I never really cared because like, I was such a to myself person. I really didn't go to school and have this whole group of friends that I'm going through every day. Now, it was kids that I knew and that we were cool and we would say hi and I mean chop it up in class and stuff like that, but it was never like, yo, I had these group of my friends type of thing. But I did have, like, you know, lunchtime will come around and we'd sit with like our friends and things like that. So I did have that type of thing. I can't just say I didn't have friends.
Yeah.
All right, we all had our lunch table friends, right?
Yeah. So really, I would just hang around that. But with the way my mindset was, honestly, it made me super depressed because, like, think about it. We're in high school. Kids aren't really thinking about what they want to do next. It's just what they got going on right now. You feel me? And a lot of them just in a drama and the things that I really didn't care about. So it was kind of like frustrating as well. Like you said, not everybody's super supportive. You feel me? So it was like, I mean, I wasn't like, a lot of kids knew who I was in school, but before, like, actually getting that cosign and everything, not everybody was like, yo, you rap,
Right.
But at the same time, I told you I was growing my fan base, so even people I didn't know knew me type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I really came to a point where I realized, like, yo, like, even if I have to sit alone during lunch, like, I don't want to be around people that's not on the same page as me at all.
point,
Like, I
right.
can't, because it's draining.
Right. You want to be surrounded by people that are going to, one, support
Exactly.
you, two, you are able to connect, network, and vibe with,
Right.
and that's just, it's so important. Like we mentioned it earlier, that circle, you need that.
Exactly.
And from what it sounds like is like the way you are, like that circle that was probably like already like from the start, like supporting you, like trying to say, yo, like supporting you, keep going,
Right.
trying to put you on. Like it sounds like, I'm assuming they're probably still rocking with you to this day. Like you're trying
Facts.
to, and you're trying
But
to like.
honestly, I'm not gonna cap. Like a lot of people that I did like associate with in school and stuff are super like weird. Like
Yeah.
everything just changed, bro.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
not even just like, cause I'm pretty sure y'all witnessed too. Like bro, being friends with people on Facebook and then seeing people you go in class and just like, bro, like
Yep.
I would have thought you would have did something by now. You
Right,
feel me? Like,
right.
damn. And it's just super crazy because when, like I said, when everything did happen, like I would have kids like, oh yeah, like I helped her, and it's just like, bro, nobody helped me. Like, what are you talking
Right.
about? Like, it's super crazy.
Yeah.
Or even, bro, it's super funny because it's like mad kids that I'll see talk super shit from school and be like, damn, like just talk shit, and I never knew them, and it's just like, bro, like what is going on?
But I bet they hear that Kierra Luv
It's
song. They're like,
awkward.
oh, y'all went to school with her. Like
I
that
had
was
class
my
with her.
hom-
She was two
Yeah.
seats down from me.
That was
Like,
my homie. Like when she made this song, I was
Not
in the studio.
even, hell no. Some girl the other day, not even the other day, but I remember this girl DM me and it's just like, oh, remember I stepped on the back of your shoe in the hallway? What the fuck? Like, bro, that's irrelevant. That's like,
how do you remember? I mean, I can understand people like saying some really fucked up things,
Yeah,
but
but
how do
it's
you remember
like,
stepping on somebody's
bro,
shoe? Like,
no, like facts. That was a one and done type thing.
I would have
That's
been
corny.
like, who?
Yo, no cap. That's
Bro,
that's
answer.
corny.
Weird. It's like, for what?
My
Yeah,
God, yeah,
yo.
no way. Like,
That's-
what? Oh God.
So let me ask you this. So as we're talking, you know, like you are a younger artist and everything. Like obviously, you know, there's still like a lot out there for you to still learn, still develop.
Mhm.
How does it kind of feel to be like one of the people that's helping put a place like Harrisburg on the map? Like where you can say, yo, this is my city. Like yo, 717. Like how does that feel to like have that on your back to know you're doing that?
Honestly, it do feel good because, like you said, like nobody really has ever done this type of thing before.
Right.
But at the same time, I do feel like a lot of people, especially around here, feel like, yo, like, all right, you got, like, you blew up, put me on.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like, bro, like, I'm still not where I want to be at. You feel me?
Right.
And at the end of the day, I feel like, too, especially if they're artists from our city, you shouldn't worry about being the best in the city. It's a whole world out there.
Yeah.
There's so much. Now, I pay attention to a lot of music locally because I love to listen to what we're surrounded by. Like, I'm very good friends with Nicky the Jet. That's a great friend of mine. He's a very different artist from you and other people that are
Right.
from this area. And I've seen recently there's been beef on Twitter, just people shitting on each other. And I'm like, why? You're all supposed to, you're all your own creative act.
It'd be
like,
local artists coming at other local artists, and it's like, bro, y'all still local.
Right.
And that's why.
Exactly.
You feel me? Y'all go beef with somebody global, if anything. You feel me? Like, it's just like, bro, it's a whole world. That's why I say you can't just keep yourself in one place.
Yeah. And like, what are some of the most memorable places that you've traveled to or visited in your career so far?
Honestly, I don't know. I want to say Texas. I only been there once.
Love Texas.
No. Wait. Now I'm lying. Miami.
Okay.
Oh my
God. I'll say Texas is cool, but
it was actually crazy because like you guys know XX Tentacion.
Yeah.
His manager Solomon had flew me and my family out there to go to it was his release of his final album. I forget what it's called, but it was the release of that. And they had a whole festival to it, so we got to see like Kanye popped out, Lil Wayne popped out, bro, Ski Mask, Trippy, everybody was there, and we are just like watching, and it was super memorable because for one, I never grew up like going to concerts at all. Even though I might like fuck with people, I never went to concerts.
right.
So this is just like amazing, seeing other artists do their thing, and as well, like I said, studying these artists. So seeing this in action is crazy.
It's another way of studying. I mean, it's a real life experience, and you get to see how they go on stage, how people try to interact with them off stage. Like, I watched so many documentaries. One of my favorites was Travis Scott's, you know, and you just see where he came from and then where he went and how he is now, obviously. And all these people banging on his car and stuff. I couldn't handle that pressure. I don't know how that works. Like,
I'm telling you, it's all love though, because you feel me? It's like the way you look at it, just like I said, like you're motivating these people to get up and move forward. You feel me? And that's their way of showing it back.
That's a good point.
Even if it's obsessive, like
Yeah.
you feel me? Like it might be kind of weird. Like damn, like how you know my grandfather? But it's
Yeah.
just like
Right.
bro, like they.
Why you remember
showing
stepping
that.
on my shoe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They do that. Like something I kept hearing this week was like you're like 6 people away from somebody. Like it's
That's true.
something like that, and that's crazy. It's
a real thing. The hand you shake like 6 people away is somebody that you probably don't think you know, or they like
bro,
it's crazy
you
how
wanna
it
hear
works.
something crazy?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I kid you not, bro. Every time I'm this close to Drake, this close to meeting Drake.
Oh my
Like we talking like how like close we are.
Like, bro, I'm talking about I was in Madison Square Garden with backstage with Post Malone and Lil Tecca and stuff. Bro, Drake was literally on the other side of the room, but he never came in the room.
Damn.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I was on Instagram Live, and I was on live with my friend Funny Marco, and Drake follows Funny Marco. So like during the live, Drake actually popped in, and I'm just like, oh, gotta go. Like, bro, Drake's watching me right now. That's crazy.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yo, hold on.
It's so, but it's so crazy because it's like all these coincidences keep happening where it's like Drake's like, you know what I mean? Like that inch
He's
close, you
catching
feel
on.
me? Like
Yeah.
I was in round 2, literally minding my business, and then somebody that had produced for Sicko Mode, I think, had stopped me and was like, yo, like I fuck with your shit, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, like not knowing who it was, and then he told me, and I was just like, holy shit, like bro, you work with Drake, like
That's different.
Right,
bro.
that's so cool.
Yo,
That's pretty dope.
Not too many people can say, I don't know about you, I don't know about y'all watching. How many people can say, yo, I know somebody fucking this close away from Drake where it can be like, yo, what, like you can be,
bro,
yo,
next room.
Damn,
you know how sick I was to hear Drake didn't come in the room? Like, we're all waiting. And it's funny because we knew Drake was finna pull up.
Yeah.
So we're all waiting like, oh shit, we're finna see Drake, bro. My manager got super fucking lucky. This dude went to use the bathroom and bumped into Drake type shit. Like, and it's just like, bro, that close.
It's gonna come for you. You're gonna get your,
close.
you're gonna get your shot.
Yeah, that shit
I'm gonna
definitely
somehow
happen.
put. I don't know him, but hey, we'll find a way.
Yo,
Maybe he'll tune in.
Yo,
we'll
when we see one of Drake's next
Doubt it,
albums,
but-
we see featuring Kierra Luv, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
Nah,
This day we
facts.
recorded, we called it into existence.
Bro, but not even like music wise. Like if I meet Drake type shit, I don't even want to be like, bro, let's hop on a song or even do anything musically. It's like, bro, I want to see where your headspace is at. Like I respect that shit.
I would love to pick brains like that.
Like what books are you reading, Drake?
Yeah, right. Like where do you get your inspiration? Because that's where I want to grab mine.
Exactly.
How you create empire, like not even just
that. It's just like, bro, like how do you critique everything that you're doing and find that fine balance within everything?
Right.
You feel me? Like it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. Like everybody's like, bro, like what's the secret type shit, but it's no secret, bro. Like you put your mind to it, you can literally do anything. And I don't think people understand that. Like law of attraction is real. Manifestation is real.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like a lot of people too right now are waking up and realizing that, but they more so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get $1 million, and they say it, share things like it, but it's like, bro, what are you actually doing to go after that $1 million?
Right. There's a lot of people, like you said, they're sharing stuff, they're posting things, they have a lot of things to say, but they're not doing the legwork on the back end to get to that point.
And that's what you got to do. You feel me? One thing I learned too is you never focus on the how. The how doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you gonna get there. It doesn't matter how to do these things. Like say we want to sell pizza. We don't have no bread for the pizza. You don't have to worry about the how on how to get the pizza type shit. You feel me? That you have to really trust the process and trust that everything you want is attracting to you and it's coming to you.
Yo,
that's exactly like things do come. Like that's how it works.
Hey, can you touch on real quick about I like what you said there, like finding that balance, like where you can keep your headspace leveled up, being somebody that is like known around from everybody, but also like at the end of the day, like, you know, you a person as well.
Right.
You know, like can you talk about how like you're able to just find that balance like for yourself?
Yeah. So really with me, like I was at 1.6 million followers, and then it actually dropped down to 1.4. So what I always say too is like, I wasn't really consistent with Instagram, even though like everything happened. You can't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
You can't never just think like, oh shit, like I did it, I made it, da-da-da. Cause that's only like, even though it's super crazy and it's one of your goals, you feel me? You have to set that next goal. You have to set that next thing. You have to keep moving forward. Like I said, you can never get comfortable in the same position. And I feel like too as well, especially with social media, like you'll read the comments and be like, fuck, like now I gotta do this. They're not fucking with that, so now I gotta do this. But how I got there, like I never worried about how people like took anything, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I take constructive criticism, but it's never like I'm not reading comments all day, every day type thing. And that's something I kind of fell into it. So it made me depressed, and you feel me? Like I had to get off social media. I had to get myself right. I had to maintain that balance, like I was saying. And how I maintained that balance was reading books, figuring out, you know, why am I acting like this way? Why do I care so much why these people are saying these things? You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, it's just all about self-love and self-work. And that's how you keep everything going type thing. Because you don't want to get too comfortable in any position that you're in at all.
Right. What's the current book you're reading at the moment? The
current book is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Yeah. Okay. Hidden Power of Subconscious Mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good read.
Sounds like a great read. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about it so far?
So far, it's really because the first book I actually ever read for real was Think and Grow Rich. So it's kind of like Think and Grow Rich helped me understand like, oh, manifestation. Oh, it's just about the way you think and what you focus on type of thing. And then, like I said, I fell into that depression and I'm trying to manifest, like, not mean to get higher, but it's like, why isn't this working? Why am I not manifesting it that fast? And etc. But it's really just like, because you could set a goal, but with our human minds, bro, we literally will be like, okay, we want to start an empire. But then you're just like, okay, well, I don't have no money.
Right.
I have to do this. I have to go buy clothes. I have to, you know what I mean? I have to provide for my family. I have to, da-da-da. But you should really just focus on that one thing that you set. You feel me? You don't want your options and your focus to be in other directions. So it's really about reprogramming your subconscious mind.
Absolutely.
Love that,
And the one thing you mentioned earlier is those, you know, those goals that you're setting. You know, you hit that goal. Say, like, for example, yours was 1 million followers.
Right.
Cool. Now I want 2 million.
Right.
Now I want 4 million.
Right.
You always got to take another step. There's always, I feel like that's how you got to train your mind if you want to build that empire like we keep talking about. Like, people are so set and settle and they're okay with once they hit that one goal. All right, cool. I'm settled. I hit it. Cool. You can't, personally for me, I can't do that.
Right.
I'm somebody that I have to keep reaching and not drastic reach, but just get to the next step.
Right.
Get better every single day.
Because if it was like that, you feel me, we would wear the same fit every day.
Exactly.
Like, if you really think about it, we would literally wear the same fit every day. But it's like, nah, what's next?
Right.
You feel me? You drive the same car. It's like, all right, I can't drive the same car for 10 years.
No.
You feel me? Unless you have to. But it's like, nah, what's next?
Exactly.
And there's some people that have to. Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that struggle.
Yeah.
But then there's people out there that struggle and then they go get it.
But I feel like it's a fine line between struggling and choosing to struggle. You feel me?
That's another big point.
Because it's like you can have all this information and know how to move and take those next steps, but you still choose to play the excuse game. You feel me?
Yep.
Like a lot of old heads, for example, like, bro, I don't like talking to old heads all the time because it's like they'll be like, well, I could have been in the NFL if I would have did this, if I would have did that. And it's like, bro, okay, but you didn't. Like, you feel me? So what's next?
Yeah, exactly. Yo, I'm not going to hold. I love that question just because like I played football like my whole life, so it's like that's something where I talk, like you said, talking to old heads, they always want to reflect on like them old golden days, like, yeah, man, you know, I could have been, should have been,
could have
would have. But I love what you said, like what's next? It's like, you know, you could be 40, 50, 60, you still talking about what you did at 15, 16, and it's like, all right, cool, bro. So in between that gap, like what did you do next? You know,
that's like me saying, I could have had Drake on a song.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. No. Exactly. But you didn't.
Right.
Like,
exactly. And then you just hold on to that shit. The next you know, you're down. Later on down the line.
You can't. Yeah. That's why I said they dwell too much on the past. They're still thinking about these past experiments. And it's just sad, honestly, because it's just nobody taught us how to have that mentality, though, at the same time. Like, even though I say no excuses, it's just like you have to make that personal choice yourself and educate yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and definitely how you're talking about too, like just changing your mindset around, like changing it from not like go back to that example you were saying with the empire. I want to do an empire. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy that. Like, you know, changing your mindset, changing your focus to okay, I'm gonna go out and buy these clothes or something. I'm gonna start something. Let's see where that goes. You know, like nobody.
Not even like you're saying, like not even I'm gonna go buy this. And I mean, let's say you want to be a famous YouTuber, whatever. You don't have money for the camera. You have a phone. You feel me? It's multiple excuses, and it's like I could start tomorrow, but it's like you have this. Work with what you got.
You will find the means to make it happen. That's all. Like he's like the camera example. Man, that's how we started this podcast. Like we did it on our phones. Like now look where we are.
Exactly.
Like we're moving. Shout out Neil.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like you can, like you're saying, like as much as you want to say, you know, there really are no excuses because you could be complaining about, like you're saying, you want to be a famous YouTuber. Oh, I got no camera. I got a phone. It's like, well, shit, you saying, I don't want to use my phone, but there's somebody else out there that's using their phone that is famous.
Making millions of dollars.
Exactly, and that literally could be you, but because your mindset all fucked up of, oh, man.
You're not getting nowhere.
Exactly, while they're sitting there.
On TikTok, right?
Yeah, exactly, while they're sitting there prospering, and then you got to sit there and watch, like, and just think, damn, that could be me.
That's why, what Meek Mill said, you either watching, you either eating, or something. Something like.
It's
I
just
forget the quote.
Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you either watching, you're either in it, or you go after it. You feel me?
Or you end up as a person that, unfortunately, has to sit there and be like, and just watch it all go past you and just sit there and
what
think,
if?
Wow, could have been.
There's a lot of what ifs, right? Go get it instead.
Nah.
It is.
You just have to trust as well that everything you want is being attracted to you and it's coming to you. Because even with religion, you feel me? We have to put our faith in a higher power.
Right.
And I mean, you don't see the higher power all the time. You don't hear nothing from it. You have to trust within. And it's just like with anything. We're manifesting everything. You're hungry. What are you going to do? Go eat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, faith,
you don't think like, shit, there's no foods around here. You feel me? Like,
you gotta have, and like you said, you gotta have that faith in whether it be your religion, yourself, whatever. Like, faith isn't seeing, it's believing. So you gotta be like, if you see yourself being somewhere, you gotta believe that whatever that time frame is, whether it's the next day, next hour, a year, 10 years from now, like if you're sitting there, if you want to manifest it, you really want to believe, you gotta go after it, you just gotta trust it.
Yeah, for a fact. And even too, like I said, back to the religion thing, like, bro, like some people won't even believe in like a God or anything until you experience what he can do because you put your faith and your trust in that. You feel me? So
religion is so important. I mean, it doesn't matter what your religion is either. I have friends that are of many different religions, and I feel that belief in higher power is what helps you every day have that faith. I mean, it doesn't matter what you believe. It's as long as you are believing. I feel that that's very important, and as long as you can come together and not hate on somebody else's religion, as long as you are growing together and believing that faith together, it's so important to just love one another instead of hate.
And I'm guessing that also probably plays, from the sounds, obviously a huge part in your life as well. Like, that's probably something like you get out of bed, like, you know, you got that faith that you'll make it through the day, you know, you'll be all right, your family be all right, you know, everything will work itself out, basically. And that's definitely just such a dope mindset to have. Especially like you just getting started, you know, like that's just kudos to you for just having that mindset. But
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you. So one thing, you know, like we're sitting here talking a lot about like, you know, what's next? Like what's next for you? Like let's hear like what's next? Like music.
My boy. I told you.
Don't have to spill all your beans, but
listen, not even. I'm just. I mean, I don't even have to get in full detail. But I mean, definitely more content. You feel me? Like I said, like I felt like I didn't have the right team around me, but I could sit here and make excuses too. As well, I could have been putting content out, but nah, that was on me. You feel me? Like I definitely have everything. Not everything figured out, but I'm more aware of what I'm capable of and what can happen when you have great people behind you, you feel me? So definitely new music, new content, merch, clothes, you know, you're going to see, maybe you might not know it's me, but I'm going to have different businesses, bro. Like,
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, like entrepreneur vibes.
Yeah, no, that's definitely dope.
Smart.
Yeah.
I know you touched on Gary Vee earlier. That's a great inspiration to have. That's actually the guy I mentioned earlier, JC. He was on Tea with Gary Vee a couple weeks ago, and I watched it. I had to sneak away from my desk and watch, but That's so awesome. I love Gary Vee. He's a very big an inspiration to my, because I mean, we do our podcast, like we want to grow and have our own business at the same time. So it's like watching him, that's what motivates me. Like that's awesome to hear that from you. That's kind of where your motivation comes too.
Right.
But
I like too how you're not getting away nothing the moves, just basically like, yo, this is general overview, this is what it is, what you can expect without dropping like no details. Like that's definitely something that's dope.
Yeah,
you have a plan. I mean, it's good to have a plan. Nobody has to know what your plan is.
Yeah, no.
Because once it comes out, everybody's gonna fuck with the plan. That's just what happens.
What Lil Wayne say? Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Yo,
corny.
That's crazy.
True, right? It's true.
Yo, that's different. Yo, hearing that.
You know what's crazy though? I like recently didn't even peep. Like that whole line went over my head.
Yeah, yo. Like, and it sounds fire
it's like, hold up, it's a G in lasagna.
You forgot.
Yeah, then you really start thinking like, oh shit, like, damn, there really is a G in lasagna. But you don't never. It really is silent.
Yeah.
Damn,
where'd it go?
What makes it even crazier is like it sound hot when you first hear it, so it definitely go because you're like, oh shit, okay, Wayne. Damn, that's
super dope.
Well, what advice do you have for people that are either up and coming artists, people that are trying to start their career? What kind of advice do you have? And it doesn't even have to be music. Like, what advice do you have better themselves?
Right. Just like I said, it's all about mindset. So definitely look into things like the law of attraction, things like books that have anything to do with the law of attraction, your subconscious mind. Meditate more, especially right now. Meditating is super important, bro. Because it's like if you have trouble even meditating, you feel me? Start with 2 minutes. Climb up to 3, climb up to 4, you feel me? And escalate from there. But meditation is super important. Vibrations and energy is real. So please make sure that you keep anybody that's giving you good vibes around. Anybody that's not for it, giving off bad vibes and makes you upset, depressed, anything. Cut those people out your lives, you feel me? Because you could get held back by not cutting people off.
The final shed thought came to me actually when I was sitting here with Katie. Funny enough, her and I were talking, and the first thing I said was, wait, shit, I didn't think of this. I gotta figure this out. But we had a really good conversation. Katie's behind the camera, you guys can't see her, but
shout out Katie.
Shout out Katie Zubich. But the thought I have this week is, and it's funny we talked about it, is we don't change. We actually grow. And that's a really big fact. I mean, we change. People always say, man, you've changed, or this has changed in life. No. We've grown in life. Right. Like that is so important to figure out, is as long as you can grow every single day. My dad always taught me that you should learn something new every day. Right. It's not changing. Like your mindset doesn't change. Your mindset grows. You become a better person. At least you should. And if you're not, I'm telling you to do better. Kierra has said it. Do things to better yourself. Nate has said it many times in prior podcasts. We focus on mental health a lot in this. And, we touched on it in our very last episode with George. That is so important in that change aspect. And again,
but what if because I was just thinking of what you said, but it's like the way I see it is like you have to change type shit. Because it's like I don't like people being like, yo, stay the same. Or, oh, like you said, oh, you changed. Of course I changed. You wanted me to do all this and stay the same? Right. Is what you're saying. You feel me? Just like you said, you have to, your mindset grows. Because why does it grow? Because you're not doing the same patterns you're waking up doing every day. You want different results, you go do different things. Right. You feel me? Right. So it's just definitely about, like you said, growing and changing the way your mindset is, because a lot of people's mindsets aren't in the right state of mind.
Exactly. And definitely for sure, kind of like how you are saying, like you definitely just do both at the same time. Shit, right. Like when you grow, like when you do grow, like you do gotta start changing up. Like I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. Don't change, grow, because at the same time, like my mindset can change, but it's like I'm the same person. You feel me? Like in a way, like I still like the same things, or maybe I don't. You feel me?
Yeah. Right. I mean, obviously, there's change that happens. Like, there's always going to be change. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys picked up. It's like the growth of change is really like people. I didn't switch up. You didn't switch up. Mm-hmm. You didn't switch up on anybody. Yeah. Right. We evolve. We grow. We conquer. We become better. And that's my shed thought this week. I hope you guys liked it.
So, as you can see, this guy right here, this dude has a nice, lovely shirt on.
That one.
Says Shed Talk. That's us. On this back. Says that we promise. Jokes on Shed. Yo, tell them where they can cop it.
Where can you get this shirt? You can get this shirt at www.jokesontheworld.com. Hit up my boy. You find him on Instagram. Find him on Twitter. Look up his website. It's in his bios. Look him up. On that note, I actually have a gift for our guest here. A little tote bag, and there's a gift inside of it. But
yo, this
his new brand,
yo,
the things he's coming out with this fall. Definitely check it out. We're very excited to be a part of it. But he wanted to gift this to you.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
Right. So, yo, check him out on Jokes on Us on Instagram. He got you with the codes. He got you with the fashion. Go get with our boy. Definitely has high quality material. You even get this nice, lovely tote bag that is brand new. And now we're getting ready to head out of here. So, Kierra, we want to say thank you again, taking time out your schedule, come showing us love, dropping some gems, just true gems, just telling people just how you just manifest shit, change your mindset, just how everything could just be so different for you, depending on how you put your energy out there into the world. So can you just tell people where they can find you at?
So you can find me anywhere, honestly. All my music is on all platforms. Just search up Kierra Luv. Love is spelled Luv. My Instagrams are RXCAN, and if not RXCAN, then it's Kierra Luv.
For sure. And you heard her say earlier, 1.4 mil followers. So y'all might as well help her get it back up to 1.6. You feel me?
Or higher.
Nah, we gonna suppress that.
Aim high.
17 mil.
Save it. 17 mil. That's the goal. All right. And then we'll find another one. But
and tell me where they can find you.
Well, they can find me at Tony Shed Talk across the board. Instagram, Twitter. You're not going to get me on Facebook. I'm tired of that shit. So. Where can they find you?
Y'all know where y'all can find me. Nate Monroe 45. That is 45 on Instagram. Nate_Monroe26 on Twitter. And of course, twitch.tv/Monroe26. Use that
promoting your gamer shit. I'm kidding.
Use that free Twitch Prime sub. Put a little change in your boy's pocket during the hard times. You feel me?
Oh God.
Might as well plug it. So we're at Shed Talk Podcast across the board. We love you. We like you. You like us. We love you. We're the Kierra. And until we shed again.